Welcome to CrashMagic. There are many great poker related card tricks. I've done some on this channel before and there'll be more in the future, but this is probably one of the simplest, quickest and easiest to learn. So I'll start with my performance and then we'll go straight into the tutorial. In real 4-card poker you actually have 5 cards and then use 4 of those cards to make your best hand. But back in the days of the Wild West there was a poker game where you were just dealt and played with 4 cards. Rufus Myers was a legend at this game and he would sometimes make bar bets with locals in the saloon. He would bet a drink that he could beat any other player, and to give them a chance they could have 3 hands of cards to his 1 and they could even choose one of his cards. So Rufus would spread 4 cards out and explain to the other player that there was a jack, queen, king and ace in these cards, and whichever card the player chose, that card would be in Rufus's hand. This was a totally free choice, and using the dice to simulate that choice we've got a 3, so in this case the player has chosen a jack for Rufus. And then the other cards would be shown, just to prove that it could have been a jack, queen, king or ace that was chosen. The selected card was then placed face up so that it could be seen, and then the cards were thoroughly shuffled. Once the cards had been shuffled, they were then dealt out into 4 hands, and whichever hand the face up card was in, that would be Rufus's hand, and the other player would take the other 3 hands of cards. So in this case this is Rufus's hand here with the jack in, and the other player takes these 3 hands. Rufus then invited the other player to reveal their 3 hands one by one. First hand, 3 of a kind, 3 kings. I think Rufus might have messed up this time. Second hand, another 3 of a kind, 3 queens. Third hand, the best 3 of a kind that you can get, 3 aces. But despite them having 3 great hands of cards and choosing the first card, a jack, Rufus Myers would always seem to find a way to get 4 of a kind and win the bet. I hope you enjoyed that performance, and there are so many stories or presentations of this trick that you can do. And you can of course directly use either 1 or 3 spectators. For the setup then, you need all the jacks, queens, kings and aces from the pack, and you put them together in 4 piles in the order jack, queen, king, ace. You put 3 of these piles together, then with the final pile you just need to split the 4 cards and switch the top 2 with the bottom 2 cards, and these 4 cards then go on top of the others. Once you get used to the setup you can even quickly pick out these cards in front of your spectators. So then you take and spread out the top 4 cards and let a spectator choose any of these cards. This is a totally free choice. Whichever card they choose, you then need to put it face up, and it needs to go into a certain position depending on the card they've chosen. So jack would go here, queen here, king here and ace here. So here we have an ace, so it goes in this position at the bottom, and you then place these cards back on top, and you can now have these cards cut by yourself or by your spectators as many times as they like. You then deal the cards out into 4 hands, watching for the face up card because that will be your hand. The other 3 hands can be looked at and they will always contain 3 of a kind before you can finally reveal your hand contains 4 of a kind. Well, that is the end of this video. If you like this one, please like and subscribe. If you've got any comments, leave them down below, and watch out for my next video next week.